There are moments in an NBA season when everything changes, when one rumor, one insider report shakes the foundation of a franchise. And right now, Lakers fans, this might be that moment. Because according to a bombshell report, the Los Angeles Lakers are exploring a potential trade for Daniel Gafford, the Dallas Mavericks explosive center and one of the league's most underrated rim protectors. Before we dive into the full story, if you love deep Lakers analysis, emotional sports stories, and real talk about what's happening behind the scenes in LA, make sure you subscribe, drop a like, and turn on notifications. This channel is built for fans who want the truth, not just the headlines. The story broke from Brett Siegel, one of the most reliable NBA insiders, who revealed that multiple teams, including the Lakers, are monitoring Gafford's situation closely amid the Mavericks' surprisingly slow start. And it makes sense. Gafford isn't just another big man. He's 27 years old, locked into a 3-year, $60 million deal, and built for the long haul. The kind of controllable, reliable asset the Lakers have been searching for. This isn't a quick rental or a desperate mid-season patch-up. This is about sustainability, about giving this team, finally, a long-term defensive anchor who can play above the rim, guard multiple positions, and elevate the Lakers' interior defense from inconsistent to elite. But let's rewind for a second. The Lakers' front court has been one of the most debated topics in the league this year. Jackson Hayes has provided energy, sure, but inconsistency has been the issue. Too many defensive lapses, too many lost battles on the glass. And when your goal is to win championships, inconsistent isn't good enough. That's why analysts are calling Gafford a massive upgrade. He's averaging around 2 blocks per game, ranking among the league's best rim protectors. He plays with ferocity, crashes the boards, and gives teams a kind of vertical threat that forces defenses to adjust. Imagine him next to DeAndre Ayton in purple and gold, alternating minutes, protecting the paint, keeping both fresh for deep playoff runs. It's the kind of move that doesn't just fix a rotation. It changes the entire identity of the team. Now let's talk trade details. Reports say the Lakers are evaluating trade frameworks involving Dalton Connect, Gabe Vincent, and future first-round picks, including the highly valuable 2031 pick. One proposed deal floating around NBA circles is a 3-team package. Gafford and Caleb Highsmith would come to Los Angeles, while Vincent, a first-rounder, and a pick swap go to Dallas, with Hayes, Connect, and a second-round pick filling out the framework. It's complex, it's aggressive, but it's the kind of bold move that championship teams make when they see an opportunity to strike. Because make no mistake, if this deal goes through, it would send shockwaves through the Western Conference. Here's the thing about Gafford. He's not just numbers, he's presence. Every time he's on the court, opponents think twice about driving inside. He changes shots, alters spacing, and gives his team something you can't teach: security. That silent confidence that comes when you know there's a wall behind you on defense. And that's exactly what the Lakers have been missing. Last season, Los Angeles had stretches where their defensive rotations looked elite, but they could never sustain it. Fatigue, injuries, and lack of depth in the front court kept undermining their potential. This move could change that instantly. With Gafford in the mix, you have layers of defense. Ayton at the 5, Gafford as a hybrid rim protector, LeBron and Reeves covering the wings. Suddenly, every possession gets tougher for opposing teams. Now, let's look at the bigger picture. Historically, the Lakers have always been interested in Daniel Gafford. Even before his Dallas contract, his name was linked to Los Angeles multiple times. But timing is everything in the NBA. And now, with the Mavericks struggling early, the window might finally be open. Meanwhile, Luka Doncic is having a monstrous start to season, an MVP-level run. Over 200 points in his first 5 games. Numbers that put him in rare company with legends like Wilt Chamberlain and Michael Jordan. But even Luka's brilliance hasn't been enough to hide the Mavericks' flaws. Their defense is shaky and their front court depth thin, which makes Gafford both essential and expendable, depending on which path Dallas chooses. If they decide to retool, Los Angeles could be the perfect partner. Now, let's address something that's been quietly bubbling under the surface. The Lakers are winning, and doing it without LeBron James. They've started 7-2, one of the best records in the league, with Luka and Austin Reeves leading the charge. It's the kind of start that reminds fans that this team isn't just about one superstar anymore. But here's the truth. LeBron's return could elevate this group to another level entirely. Even at 40, his leadership, IQ, and gravity on the floor remain unmatched. The debate over whether the Lakers should trade him while his value is high is out there. It's real. But most insiders agree. His presence is still vital to this team's chemistry and confidence. Trading LeBron would be like tearing out the team's heart to replace a valve. It might technically work, but emotionally, it would collapse everything they've built. And that's why this Gafford rumor hits different. Because it's not about replacing stars. It's about supporting them. It's about giving LeBron and Ayton the tools they need to survive a grueling 82-game season and still have energy left in May and June. It's about learning from last year's mistakes, where the Lakers looked dangerous early, only to run out of gas when it mattered most. The numbers back it up too. When Gafford was in Washington, his defensive field goal percentage at the rim was among the top 10 in the league. He averaged over 7 rebounds per game despite limited minutes, and his efficiency near the basket was elite, shooting nearly 70% from the field. This is a player who knows his role and executes it with precision. He doesn't need touches. He doesn't chase stats. He just plays hard, protects the rim, and gives you second-chance opportunities. That's exactly what the Lakers need from their second unit. Let's not forget what this season means for Los Angeles. The Western Conference is stacked. Denver, Oklahoma City, Minnesota, Phoenix, Sacramento, all loaded with young stars and depth. If the Lakers want to survive that battlefield, they can't rely on talent alone. They need structure, balance, defense. Daniel Gafford gives them that. This isn't a move for highlights. It's a move for survival. Because the truth is, the margin between contender and pretender in today's NBA isn't talent. It's effort, durability, and defensive identity. And Gafford checks all 3 boxes. You can feel the urgency from the Lakers front office. They know this team is close, maybe one move away from being something special. They rebuilt culture, chemistry, and a winning rhythm under new rotations. But to lock it all in, they need stability inside. If this deal goes through, it would send a clear message to the league. The Lakers aren't waiting for next year. They're going for it now. And let's be honest, this move would also be poetic. For years, fans have been calling for a gritty, defensive anchor, someone who embodies that classic Laker DNA, physicality, pride, and purpose. Gafford fits that mold perfectly. He's not a superstar, he's not flashy, but he's essential. He's the kind of player championship teams win with. The ones who don't make headlines but make history. It's fascinating how quickly narratives shift in sports. A few months ago, the Lakers were surrounded by doubt. Critics said the roster lacked direction, that the team was too old, too inconsistent, too dependent on LeBron. Now, they're 7-2, competing with intensity, and being linked to one of the best defensive big men in the league. That's not luck. That's evolution. That's a team refusing to settle for mediocrity. So here's the takeaway. The Los Angeles Lakers are legit contenders. But if they want to stay that way for the long run, they need to think beyond the present, to make a move that solidifies their future while keeping their championship window open. Daniel Gafford might just be that move. A trade like this doesn't just add talent. It adds trust. It tells your locker room, your fan base, and your stars, we believe in winning now. It's a statement, a declaration that the Lakers aren't here to fade quietly into history. They're here to rewrite it again. So, Lakers Nation, what do you think? Would you trade Gabe Vincent, Dalton Connect, and a future first to land Daniel Gafford? Do you think this move makes the Lakers unstoppable? Let me know in the comments, because this isn't just another rumor. This is the kind of trade that could change everything. And as always, if you're new here, subscribe, like the video, and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of the stories that define this Lakers season. Because when the purple and gold make moves like this, the entire league pays attention. And this time, it feels like the Lakers are ready to remind everyone, once again, why you never, ever doubt Los Angeles. Here's a crucial insight for you. Diving into financial education can significantly elevate your quality of life. In the realm of finance, take the time to explore bonds and stocks, with a special emphasis on real estate investment trusts REITs. These investments have the potential to generate passive income. Approach this journey with diligence and opt for reputable investment brokerages globally. By doing so, you'll be laying a solid foundation for a more secure and prosperous future.